guys, what's going on? It's Raven once again, and in today's video we're doing another road to review. That's right, and in today's video we are customizing a Star Wars Black Series Guavian Enforcer. This is one of the more obscure figures that came out during Force Awakens and didn't get a lot of screen time, but actually it's retained its value. I was kind of surprised. I kind of figured this would go like the Constable Zuvio route and go down to like $10, but the figures retains value pretty well. I think just because he's just such a cool character. I did have plans to make this into a Mandalorian for my squad, but you know, I decided to put that on hold for a bit. I wanted to do something else. I've been doing a lot of Star Wars lately, and I told you guys during my Ashimar review that I have a big project coming up, and it's a big diorama, and it's going to feature your favorite heroes from post-apocalyptic Wasteland type movies, anime, games, all that good stuff. And so the Guavian Enforcer, we're going to do some customizing, and this is going to be a bit more kit bashing than what I normally do, or figure bashing rather. We're going to be taking a bunch of different things, putting it together, and we're going to be making the Demon in the Desert, Desert Punk. That's right! Desert Punk is one of my favorite animes. It's just such a funny, fun, weird, action-filled ride, and you know what? He's a pretty big badass in the desert, so I think he fits right into the post-apocalyptic Wasteland diorama we'll be doing. And what I've done already is I've gotten this thing off, which was a big pain because it's like glued and slotted in and all kind of stupid stuff. So take the head off, get rid of that. Okay, cool. It's pretty good neck articulation here. I picked this figure because, one, he's wearing a basic kind of jumpsuit, which is nice, because that's what Desert Punk has, and he has all these little extra, like, you know, things wrapped on his leg. He has, like, all his harnesses and stuff, and pouches, and that's kind of like what Desert Punk has. He has all these pouches on his chest. I have to add a little knife here. And I think this is going to be pretty easy. I'm not going to do that much sculpting on this one, but I do have my handy-dandy Milliputs. You see how expensive this stupid stuff is at my local hobby store. We'll be using that because I have a lot of it left. And so some of the kit bashing stuff I'm going to be doing is, one, for the sunshade, I have here this pit droid. And I've had these guys for a while. I used to have them on display, but I don't anymore. I went on eBay. I was thinking maybe I'd sell them, but they're not worth much at all. And the dome of the pit droid is like pretty close to the Desert Punk sunshade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gut it, and then I'll have to cut this, and then do a little bit of putty here, and just fill that in, and, you know, cut these little gimmicks off. And then these are good because I'll keep these for other customs that need antennas. And then that will be the sunshade. I have this little piece here from a Gundam kit. This is going to be the wench that he has on his backpack. So be able to pose it and stuff because it's flexible and it holds its shape. These are two little polycaps that I cut and then glued together. That's going to be the Rebreather Snout piece that's on the front of the helmet. And then where'd it go? Where is it? What? Every time I seriously, you know, I'm sure people are like, oh, he does this to be funny. I don't do this to be funny. I have everything set up. I'm like, okay, here's everything, and then when I go to get it, it just mysteriously disappears from my work desk.
No one knows from where he comes, flying briskly across the sand. He soars without sound through the night, spreading fear across the land. He flies where no one goes, collecting what he can, destroying foes, and never facing death because he wears a big damn mask which saves his skin from the scorching sun. The demon of the desert, a.k.a. Desert Punk! Desert Punk! Desert Punk!
This is now the sunshade for our son of Bozu, and it came out pretty good. The line over here is a little bit crooked, but basically where this epoxy is where the little snout used to be, And then I took out the antennas, put some epoxy, sanded that over, and now we have our hat. So this was a success. I'm very surprised that this worked. So yeah, came out really good. I like it. As for the helmet progress, this is what I have. I need to go ahead and sand it down. It's coming along pretty good, actually. I mean, it's pretty simple. I just wanted to bulk it out a little bit. And then, like I said, I used 2 poly caps and a brass rod. And I ended up putting epoxy in between all that because super glue and super glue and plastic cement does not work on polycap joints because of the type of plastic they're made out of. At least for me, it doesn't. So, so this is going to be the little rebreather. So like that. And I'm going to drill a hole there, and we'll put this in. And then since this is brass tubing, we will be able to go ahead and just glue that in. And then right now it's silver. This is just silver rub and buff, and that's what I'll be using for the front of the helmet is silver rub and buff, and that's coming out pretty good. I got a lot of Evolve Funko figures. I like them because they're so damn cheap. I got 3 of them for $12 with free shipping. And one of the figures that I got, here you can see I got Markov, I got another Val. I'll be using her to make Junko. And then I got, I think his name is Hank. And he has a really interesting backpack. His arm's not broken. It just keeps falling out for some stupid reason. His Funko figures are so bad. But I love them because they're so cheap. So I took his backpack off, and I'm going to be using this as Desert Punk's AC unit, and also his winch. So I'm going to, I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of brass rod in there, drill a hole in here, put that there, and then I'll be connecting, he has, a lot of people also may have not realized this, but he has 2 AC hoses that go from the back of his helmet into the pack. So we'll be doing that. And then I'll be trying to add the winch, probably going to be on the bottom. I'm pretty sure that the winch is, it's not on the top. I'm pretty sure it's like in the middle or on the bottom, one of the two. So I'll be doing that. And then, finally, I found the gun. For somehow I dropped it back in the parts box. So this I'm going to mod, and I'm going to make it his shotgun. This is the gun that came with the Guavian Enforcer. I basically just ended up cutting the gun in half, and then using epoxy putty, and then using 2 pieces of PVC tubing. I always have a bunch of different sizes of PVC tubing just in case I need it for this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and sand the, epoxy bridge, if you would call it. And that looked good. And then I'm going to add a little sling strap, and I also need to add the part of the shotgun. I can't think of what it is right now. Desert Punk himself is coming along good. I got the little air breather thing in there. And I just cut up an old t-shirt for the do-rag. And the hat is on there. And then this is just basically... this is removable. It's just a piece of... brass tubing, oops, and then I just cut a hole in the shirt. So I gotta get, I don't know, I hate the shirt's like rolling up. I gotta figure out, maybe cut a different piece or something. But so there, the hat removes, and then you have Desert Punk with his mask, and he has a hole on top of his head. Obviously, he's looking very Desert Punky. All right, and moving along, I started painting the Desert Punk body. I ended up heating up his torso so I could pop it off, make it easy for painting. Also, I had to get that big harness off for painting as well. It's coming out pretty good. I'm using Desert Yellow from Tamiya as the base. I think that was perfect. I had it because I had it for a custom that I still plan to do at some point, a Gundam custom. Desert Yellow. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to use, I had khaki, so I'm probably going to use khaki for the gloves and the boots. And yeah, here is the helmet. I did the silver rub and buff on that, get nice and shiny. Probably going to do one more go. And then probably, I have no gloss coat which I thought was weird. Normally I have it. And the shotgun, which is for the most part done here. I just got to rough out a few things. I think it came out alright. Alright, so we have some more progress on my Desert Punk. I started painting the body in the desert yellow. I have him separated right now because I'm going to be painting him that way. And I have his backpack done. You can see here, this is backpack from Hank from Evolve. And then this is some PVC pipe, a thruster from, some thrusters from Gundams, sprue tree from Gundams, and a wire that I added this little hook piece to and glued it. And that is the winch for Desert Punk, and it does actually rotate, so you can actually unwinch it, like if you're going to have him like hanging from something. I don't know he would hold, but you can definitely unravel this like a real winch, so that's really cool. As you can see, the shotgun is done. I'm going to add, I think, some metallic brown here and to the stock, and that'll finish the gun. I think this came out really good. It's taking me a bit longer than I wanted to finish it, but I'm okay with that because it's coming out good. Probably there'll be one more segment in this video, and then you'll have to wait for the actual review. So, yeah. Looks pretty cool. Alright guys, so here we are at the end of the road to review. I have a couple more things I need to finish up, but for the most part this project is done. Just want to go over that with you real quick. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen my winch backpack slash AC unit setup that I have. The paint is just about done. I gotta go back in a little bit more. As you can see here, I did do some khaki on the gloves. I wanted to offset it a little bit, and if you can see here as well. And then going up here, I have the air pipes that are going to go into the back of the helmet. This is from the Val figure when I did my Mandalorian, and I cut the bottom out, and then I took a knife from good old Strike Gundam here and put that in there. So that's going to be his little knife pouch. This here, believe it or not, was the belt that came with the Guavian Enforcer. These pouches with the circles, they were in the middle. I cut them out, and then on the back of this I glued in a piece of like a wire that came with a figure, and I built up so that this would be like a vest. And then these two pouches are from the Val figure. So the Val figure is getting a lot of work, a lot of usability. And then I painted that in khaki, and I just painted it once, and I think I'm good with it because the black is coming through, so it looks kind of worn, and it looks good. So I don't think I'll need to paint any more coats on this. This is the head. I was going to paint the sunshade in khaki, but I'm not liking the way it looks, so I'm going to go with that desert yellow that I've been doing for the rest of the jumpsuit, and then I'll add the details of the markings later, and then we'll be done. So that... oh, wait! I forgot the most important part! Shotgun is what he's going to use. And that's a shotgun. Basically done. I gotta weather all this stuff, of course. Went in with metallic brown for the stock and for the pump action there, and that came out pretty good. Gonna dirty that up a little bit, and I think this is just about done. So look forward to the actual review when you will see a completed Sunabo Zoo. And ladies and gentlemen, please don't be like Desert Punk. Focus on your objectives. Don't worry about the big tatas. You must get stuff done in life if you want to go anywhere. Unless you're like me, then you procrastinate and you have to make a YouTube channel to basically make yourself do things, you know. But, so yeah. See you guys later! Zeke Zion!